do you feel a bit betrayed by the fighters or by the management or by whoever? Do you feel betrayed? Because me and you, we have a different kind of relationship where I know that you had a close relationship with these guys, and now they're no longer with you. So do you feel a little bit betrayed?
No, I have great respect for Pollo. I know he has great respect for me. I know Carlos Adames has great respect for me, and I have great respect for him. And nobody could ever take away the fact that those guys won their first world title with me, Bob Santos, as their head coach. Nobody could ever take the fact away that me and Carlos Adames had his title defense with me by stoppage. Um, so I'm very fortunate and was very blessed to be able to be a part of their career, win world championships with them. Pollo was the first 140 pounder ever to win a world championship for the Dominican Republic. And for me to be a part of that, I'm very blessed. It's unfortunate, though, that sometimes the powers that be and people that guide these guys' careers for whatever reason, they see things in a different light or a different way, or may have friendships or relationships with other people. That they put first and foremost for whatever reason. But at the end of the day, as far as boxing goes, as far as winning goes, when they were with us, they won at the championship level, and hopefully they continue to do so. Why that move was made, you'd have to ask their management.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. Well, talk to me about Hector Luis Garcia, Luis Nunez. Uh, uh, not all the Dominicans have left. Talk to me about those guys. How those guys looking? Do we have a date or prospective date for either of those guys, or what's the status? Talk to me about those guys.
With Hector Garcia, I'm not 100% sure what his exact status is with his date. With Luis Nunez, we're looking hopefully to have him on the Benavides card out in San Antonio, and I think that's going to be coming up in late November. So no, you're right. Not all the Dominicans left, and Hector Garcia, he's a real one. I love that kid to death, and and he's another one. You think about what me and him did with the Chris Colbert upset. Then people forget, and I had this problem a little bit with like Robert Guerrero, right? We lose to Floyd Mayweather. People are like, "Oh, he lost to Floyd Mayweather," and he should have done. And they just hear the names and they don't realize, like, well, Robert Guerrero turned pro as a 122 pounder, right? So to go up to 47, do you understand what kind of an accomplishment that was? That being said, same thing with Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia fought right in the amateurs in a lightweight in the Olympics, 26 pounds, right? Fought a lot of his career as a 26 pounder. He fought the Chris Colbert fight at 130. He had maybe one fight at 130 in and around, and he fought Chris Colbert and beat him. Then he fights Gutierrez at 130. So it was the second or third fight with Gutierrez at 130. Then he jumps up to 35 and he fights Tank, right? So put that in perspective. Weight classes do play a role, as Charlo found out late last night. Weight classes play a role. Even though you're a big guy, if you haven't been at that weight and at least established yourself in that weight, you think about what Garcia did to go beat Colbert, beat Gutierrez, and then jump up another weight class. You had already jumped up another weight class. Now we're going up two weight classes, right? So you even like Tank, go up to 47 right now. As great as Tank is, go up to 47 right now. Jump up two weight classes. Ain't that easy?
Mm.
It ain't that easy, right?
No,
So that's why Hector Garcia, he's a real one, and he deserves all the credit and the accolades that he deserves. And now he go back and he'll defend his title at 130 pounds, and I love Hector to death. And in a lot of ways, he changed my life, because he's the first and foremost reason that I did win Trainer of the Year with that upset with Chris Colbert. You know what I mean? I mean, he was the leading reason that I won that. So he changed my life in a lot of ways, and I changed his.
no, for sure, for sure.
So I
That
knew he wasn't leaving based on what manager said or anybody said. I knew that was one guy that said, "I don't care what the manager said. This I won't fight no more." You can put the brakes and pump on that. I ain't going nowhere, coach. I said, "Well, that's great, man. That's good to hear."